Hey there, everybody. Haven't done one of these videos in quite some time, but with the system now coming in for early next week, midweek into midweek, lots to talk about. I just want to show you here what we're looking at the current time, anyway, as to how this is going to evolve. And first of all, we have several players on the field here. This is 6Z Sunday, early Sunday morning, the wee hours of Sunday morning. And here we can see we have a northern branch feature here. We have our southern branch feature digging in here. We also have this trough here in the east and this ridge here across the Midwest. And those are all going to be important factors as we're going forward here. We'll go ahead here to 18Z on Sunday. And a couple things are happening here. Here we can see that the southern branch is starting to dig down like that. It's digging in. It's coming into the Four Corners region there. Northern branch really hasn't moved all that much. Yeah, it's dug some, but certainly the southern branch is digging a lot more than the northern branch is moving, and that's because of this ridge in between and here, kind of blocking its path of the northern branch system. We'll go forward here to 6Z on Monday, and now you can really see the southern branch is digging in while the northern branch, again, not really moving all that much. So the southern branch is digging in, and it's going to phase with that northern branch and really get a good system going and get a negative tilt, as we'll see going forward. So that's 6Z Monday. Here's 18Z on Monday. There's 18Z Monday. And you can see now, again, the southern branch here really getting a lot of energy in it. Really digging. We can see we're getting a nice alignment here with the northern branch system. So there's that. Now we'll go ahead here to 6Z on Tuesday. And we're starting to see the first hints of a negatively tilted trough. Here we have the northern branch, and it's kind of a little bit coming like that. Not much, but it's just a little bit negative of neutral at that point in time. So that's 6Z on Tuesday. We'll go to 18Z Tuesday, and now we're seeing that it is definitely going to a negative tilt at this point in time with a lot of energy around the base of the trough and throughout the entire system up in here as well. So now we'll go to the surface dew points and pressure here, and this is going to be valid 6Z on Tuesday. And you can see here we have a lot of high dew point air, 60 plus, coming up in here, back through here. It's our 60 line up through there. We have 65 down through here, and here's our 70-degree dew point down in here. So we want to look for where the 1008 or lower is going to be intersecting those higher dew point airs. And at 6Z, here we can see here, there's 1008 millibars. 1012 will probably do pretty well here too, with all that upper level energy coming in. We'll go here to 18Z on Tuesday. And now you can really see here where you have your, here's 1012, 1008, 1004. Here's all your high dew point air up through here, 60, 65 up here to about Philadelphia. Here's 70 up to the Virginia border of North Carolina. Look down here. Look what's happening down here, though. Across Georgia, the Carolinas, down. We actually have a bit of a dry line that's accompanying this front as well. So that's going to be another factor as well to consider. So I think that as far as Tuesday goes, I think you're looking at, well, according to this verbatim per this current model, down in these regions here across the southeast, you're looking at early Tuesday morning into Tuesday midday for your severe weather, as it looks now. We'll be seeing some, I think, across parts of the Ohio Valley into western Pennsylvania early Tuesday. And then we'll go forward a little bit more here. We'll go to 0Z on Wednesday. And you can see here, here's our front and our dry line. And you can see where you have some very, very strong lift with a lot of moisture up across Pennsylvania, Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, down into the Virginia and the Carolinas. Going to be, peak heating and, a lot of lift and weight. The dynamics with this in the upper levels are just incredible. You'll see that as we go forward here. Turn that off. Now here we're going to look at our different wind heights. This is 925 millibars here. And you can see here we have, now this is up. This is kind of away from the system up here. But we have areas here, 50 plus knot jet at 850. This is 6Z Tuesday. Here's 18Z Tuesday. Obviously just a lot of jet coming across here. South-southeast winds, southeast up here. Very strong jet. There's our 18Z Tuesday. Now here's 0Z on Wednesday. And you can see here, this is shifted up here. Remember now, this is where we had the strong surface lift as well as the high dew point air. So we have the jet up here as well. We go to 700 millibars. And look at this here. This is 6Z Tuesday. And we have a 70 knot jet at 850 coming across here. Here's 18Z Tuesday coming across the Carolinas, northern Georgia, up into Virginia, West Virginia, parts of Pennsylvania. 70 plus knot jet coming across some of these regions. 50 in a lot of places. We'll go here out to 0Z Wednesday. And again, we have that large area of very strong jet coming across these regions, across the mid-Atlantic and parts of the Northeast. And we'll go to 700 millibars, and again, very impressive, same basic idea. One thing, though, I'm noticing is there isn't much turning of the wind with this. There is some across parts of the southeast. If you remember, we had southerly winds at 850 and 925, and here we're seeing some wind like that. So I'm thinking that the tornado threat, at least through this part of the period, is going to be parts of this area down in here are going to be the under the main gun, at least as it looks now. Things can always change, but as it looks now, that's kind of what I'm thinking. But that's way far out, and we're using a global model here, which is not really conducive to that type of forecasting. Here's our 0Z Wednesday, and again, just very strong winds there. Now, I already showed you the 500 millibars, so I'm going to skip over that, and we're going to go to the 300, and we can very clearly see where our jet is here. Here's our jet up in here, and we have our quadrants. So we're in the right rear quadrant here. And you can see that we have very nice divergence going on across here. Here we have almost due south wind here. Here we have this. So we have all this divergence in this region here. So we have that. That's the 6Z Tuesday. Here's our 18Z Tuesday. And again, we're seeing the divergence across these regions here. We have, here's our winds here. Winds here, and there's a divergence in there. We'll go to 0Z on Wednesday, and now you can see that it's shifted. Strong divergence has shifted further north, where we had the strong low-level jet as well. We have, here's our divergence, very strong divergence in here. So my main areas of concern are two areas. Earlier Tuesday, right now, I'm concerned about the southeast, parts of Mississippi, Alabama. Mississippi during the early overnight hours, Monday night, Tuesday. Then I'm getting into Alabama and in Georgia as we head into the first part of the day Tuesday, into about the midday hours. Then I think it's going to be moving out after that. And then later in the day, from midday on, I think the focus is going to shift up to Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania from about the Allegheny Plateau on eastward into New York State, and then up in these regions up in here. Now I think the threats are going to be twofold in these regions. I'm thinking that you're going to be seeing a wind and potentially a tornado threat across the southeast and the lower Tennessee Valley. And I think it's going to be more of a straight line wind with isolated tornado threat further north. But we could be looking at some really, really strong winds with this system. As these, if this comes to fruition like this, I mean, some really, I wouldn't be surprised to see some areas with 75 plus mile per hour gusts with some of these storms as they're coming through. We'll look here at shear. This is the bulk shear. This is 6Z Tuesday, and there is a ton of shear coming across here. Here's the 18Z, and like I said, I am most concerned about tornadic activity down in this region here, and you can see we have 70 plus knots of shear in the region, so that certainly is a valid concern. And then here's our 0Z Wednesday. So that's it. I didn't show the instability map because it's not really showing instability right now, but I don't believe that is the case. I think we are going to see a lot of instability developing as we're going forward in time here. So that is it. We'll see how this evolves over the next few days. Right now it's looking very impressive, and the pieces are there for this to come together, at least in some form, and but we'll have to see if that actually happens. So that is it for now, and we'll keep updating you as the situation develops.